That should be a long enough break. So, section 16, only 2 arrows. Well, another nice and short section. Thank you, game. Will this one be the shortest one yet of Olympus? So far, it's 18 minutes, I believe, is the shortest. Actually, no, it was like 20, I think. So, we'll see. So this is part 3 of Souls to be Equal in Due Course. Section 16. Oh man, the twists and turns, and I just dropped my breath spray on the ground, and I don't know where it went. There it is. Hoot toot. Fo fo. Hoot toot. Fo fo. It's nice to see one of you getting along so with Minerva, Fo. Is this the first bird friend you've ever made? Careful not to break her, Fo. Fo. So that mechanical owl is a terminal for Athena, huh? And here I thought it was some sort of weapon or something. I mean, it was that owl who made the sound that let us escape from the gods that one time, right? Yes, you could say it's also a weapon. Oh. It's part of the authority Athena left behind. Okay. At this point, it's simply a terminal with no knowledge of its godly nature. But it was still able to interfere with the god-made ley line by synchronizing with Prometheus Hephaestus. Now that you mention it, there's something about that owl that reminds me of Paris' Apollo terminal, the one that helped us in Atlantis. Maybe there's something all the coexistence faction gods terminals have in common. Could be. I'm not gonna call Apollo cute, though. I knew it. Now then. Chaldeans, God Destroyer Alliance members, I must apologize for keeping my identity secret all this time. Even though we have put our fates in each other's hands, I regret that I did not even show you my face until now. And if it weren't bad enough, I even put your lives in danger the last we met. Please pay it no mind. Now that we know you were actually something of a spy, we cannot blame you for trying to maintain your cover. If anything, I must applaud you for managing to do so in the face of an omnipotent god. Yeah, if it weren't for Minerva there. I'm grateful. Me too, back when we first came face to face with the gods. I don't think we would have survived if that owl hadn't interfered. And yeah, they would have chewed us up like soggy udon, so you definitely saved us. It's alright, Lady Europa. Please, hold your head high. Yeah, the Alliance would have fallen apart some time ago if you hadn't helped us. Don't worry, we know you're not like Zeus, and we don't hold a grudge against you. Thank you, everyone. It may not be my place to say anything, since I didn't experience the tragedy of the Olympia Machia for myself. But even despite that, I could not bear to simply remain on the sidelines any longer. Hoot toot toot. Thank you, Minerva. I'm Europa, heroic spirit of proper human history. Though the Lord of Zeus of this Lostbelt may care for me, he's not the Lord Zeus I know from proper human history. He rejected his duty to entrust the fate of this world to humanity, and decided to rule everything himself. I find this to be a clear sign that he thinks humans weak and incapable of fending for ourselves. As you surely know, Lady Europa, all of Europe is said to be named after you. Europe. In proper human history, Zeus fell in love with you, and chose you to serve as his queen. You eventually went on to give birth to the founding kings of many other dynasties. I suspect that, as the progenitor of all of Europe, you feel a duty to watch over humanity, and that you still feel strongly connected to them. No doubt that is why you had no choice but to defy nature itself. Humanity, proper human history. Truth be told, I'm not entirely sure myself. The fact is, I love all people, not only those from proper human history, but from this Lostbelt as well. Even if there is no Europe to be found in this Lostbelt, I still love Adele and Macarius and every other Olympian as though they were my own children. Lady Europa. And that is why I cannot accept Zeus's decision. I cannot let him continue to keep my children close at hand without ever giving them a chance to grow. I'm going to look up Europa now, because I'm kind of interested in seeing if she can... I know she had a banner recently, but I kind of skipped her because she was just sort of randomly there. I can understand the urge to keep children young and innocent, for that is a dream many parents have at times. But to actually do so, to actually keep them stilted and suspended, for a span of 10,000 years, is something I cannot and will not tolerate. Not even if that is what Zeus himself has decided is best. Lady Demeter once expressed this belief as well. In response, Zeus recalibrated her divine core, causing her to go mad. Okay, so Demeter... Okay. Poor Demeter. Do you mean to say Zeus has made modifications to the other gods, then? Yes, he has. It was Zeus's burning lady Aphrodite that made her forget how to love, and caused her to lose one of her two sides. He burned Aphrodite! Okay, Zeus, you better have some good explanations here. Uh-huh. It is said that there were 4 gods who stood by Zeus during the Olympiomachia, but the reality could not be farther from the truth. The truth is, none of the other gods... Oh, that's actually terrifying. That is actually terrifying. So, Zeus bodied 11 other gods. We already kind of knew he reprogrammed Poseidon, so it really should not be that far of a leap to assume he reprogrammed the others. So, he reprogrammed Poseidon, Artemis, Aphrodite, and Demeter. So, there's 12. He killed 7, reprogrammed 4. Damn. So he killed 5 of them and brought the remaining 5 over to his side with sheer force. You're short one. The remaining 5, hold on please. The gods who survived the 4th Machia were Artemis, Poseidon, Demeter, Aphrodite, and me, Hephaestus, though in my case Zeus chose not to destroy me completely, but keep my brain alive in order to help run Olympus more efficiently. Okay, got it. Though, of course, for my part, I've been syncing up with Prometheus and cutting off Zeus's supervision network. And together, he and I became the Alliance's collaborators. So we're talking about a god who controls people and other gods, huh? Yikes. I hope you can forgive me for speaking so plainly in front of you, your majesty. Of course, frankly, I have felt the same way for a long time. Lord Zeus was so loving in proper human history, but... here in this Lostbelt, he chose to become something truly frightening. Now no one can reason with him. Not me, not Lady Hera. Lady Europa. It is still too soon to weep tears for sorrow, great Mother Europa. Now that we are all here together at last, we shall be the ones who finally slay him. So please, dry your tears, O loving Europa, for our God-Destroyer Alliance is now joined by Chaldea, and your tears will be much sweeter when they are the tears of victory. Please don't cry, Europa. Caligula's right, it's too soon! We'll win. Thank you, Caligula. Thank you, Soul. Yes, you're right. You're so right. There will be plenty of time for tears later. I am here now to lend you my aid. Oh. So, I'm looking at Europa. She has some interesting skills, but I'm wondering what kind of NP does she have? Prometheus Hephaestus, I now offer you all the magical energy I've saved up over these many years. Use it to complete the Grand Summon article. And one more thing. Shield Maiden of Chaldea, mash Chirolite. Yes. I have a present for you. Oh, but it's not from me. No, this is a parting gift from the goddess Athena. Ooh. From Athena, huh? Athena. What is Athena giving Mashu? I mean, Athena is a war goddess, technically. So more buffs for Mashu? What else can get buffed for her? Maybe her bad target focus skill will be buffed? But the second part of Section 16. Let's do this. So Europa is an AoE Buster Rider. Okie dokie, I'm gonna head back now. I'd love to stay here for dinner, but I'm afraid I'll have to take a rain check. Too many prying eyes and keep noses in the Great Orbital Shrine, all wondering where little old me might be after all. Fo. Aw, you're gonna miss me, Fo. Fawn. Well, you're no fun, but I wouldn't have you any other way. Anywho, Queen Europa, I'll let you know if there's any news from over there, so you just take your time. In fact, it'd probably just raise suspicion if we went back together. Oh, and I'm gonna leave Minerva here, so you use her to warp out in case there's an emergency, okay? Alright then, ta-ta for now. See you later, Mashi. It's a shame that Pepe won't be here to join us. But if you like, I'd be happy to cook dinner for you, all of you tonight. I'm sure you must be starving. You'll cook for us, Fo. That's so motherly of her. I see. Well, we definitely can't do anything on empty stomachs, so I'm all in favor of having a bite to eat. That said, Lady Europa, having you personally cook for us feels like it'd be kind of wrong somehow. Oh wait, were you just joking? Is this some kind of Greek humor? Huh? Oh no. No, I promise you it was no jest. I truly mean it. I may not know any cooking spells, but I'm fused with Lady Hera now. And while Lady Hera might not have been quite as skilled a cook as Lady Hestia, the goddess of the hearth, she was still the goddess of the home. So if nothing else, I can certainly make sure that every dish will be brimming with divine protection. I see. Then we'll help you cook. It'd be our pleasure. Right. Are you sure it's okay for us to join you too, Queen Europa? Of course, I'm sure there will be enough food for us to go around. Isn't that right, Prometheus Hephaestus? Oh, sure, I've had an apprentice staying here for over a year now, so there should be more than enough for everyone. Over a year! What kind of skills has Muramasa been picking up? Do you mean Mr. Muramasa? That's right, even though he's a heroic spirit, he's still in the habit of eating meals regularly. When he's not smithing, he's usually making some dish or other from a place called the Far East. He's been using my workshop's small garden to grow soybeans and rice, and as of late, he's been making miso and sake. Oh my, that sounds perfect for Japanese cuisine. I've never had Japanese food before. Would you please tell me how to make it, Muramasa? Well, sure, I can walk you through it while I'm making my own meal, but didn't you say you were going to do the cooking tonight? Might as well join you. I can show you how to cook rice and miso soup anytime. Great, I'm going to hold you to that. Sure thing. You're a right different sort when you're not around Zeus. It's really throwing me off. Foo-foo! Huh? What is it? You're that hungry? Foo! Is something wrong, Adele? Oh no, I was just a little lost in thought. I still can't quite believe that Queen Europa herself was our collaborator, or that she's going to cook for us. Up until today, I would have never even imagined such a thing. You know, it's strange. I know this might sound odd, but ever since you all came here, I've been remembering what it's like to enjoy myself. That's nice. That is actually good to know. Only remembering? Yes, this is just like when it was 10,000 years ago. Back when we never knew what might happen, and each day wasn't yet a foregone conclusion. Back when today was different from yesterday, and you tomorrow would be different from today. You're right, sister. I never thought that the days would come when we'd actually get to slay gods. And I never thought I'd see you standing in the kitchen happily cooking away again either. And it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you, Mash. Thank you, Soul. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we rescued you. I'm glad we rescued you too. Are you all done talking? Then I'd like everyone who's willing to come with me, please. Right. Coming. Macarius? Yeah, okay, I'll help too. Wonderful. I'm thrilled to see you all. You're all such helpful children. Now let's go make something scrumptious. Now then. While the others are busy preparing dinner, I would like to check my notes on this Lostbelt against your database. Assuming that's alright with you, of course, Prometheus Hephaestus. Meanwhile, since I'm tasked my apprentice with supervising construction of the article, I guess I've got time to spare. Though my mental resources are sufficient for multitasking, I can answer your questions without slowing production. The Grand Servant Summon article should be ready by tomorrow morning, no problem. So, Sage of Proper Human History, what do you want to ask of me? We're not going to find out what he's asking. I see. Yes, your theory about the continent of Atlantis is correct as is your understanding of each Machia. Okay. Ooh. And as I suspected, you and the other gods were originally supposed to lose your true mechanical bodies during the second Machia. Exactly, about 10,000 years ago when we fought the White Death that descended from the sky. It was apparently supposed to wipe out the entire prehistoric civilization, gods and humans alike, at least in proper human history. It's so totally, the White Titan from Velber. But we defeated it, and in doing so managed to keep our Alethea, or mechanical god bodies as you call them. Just a moment, did you say prehistoric civilization? I sure did. Then that must be the lost civilization of Atlantis that's disappeared during the second Loose Machia. It is indeed it. Oh wow, this is a huge discovery. Then your hypothesis was right, Holmes. So the mystical continent of Atlantis really did exist. I see, so it was destroyed in the second Machia, not sunk by the wrath of the gods as Plato would have it. My data on the Great Floods all comes from proper human history, not the Lostbelt. I heard there was 2 floods in total, but I don't know of any of the details. You'll have to ask our proper human history counterparts about those. Assuming you ever get a chance to meet them in your future travels, of course. Understood. While the chances of summoning a demiurge level divine spirit are slim, I will hope for the best. You know, all this talk about the second Machia really takes me back. That was one of the fiercest battles I've ever fought. The White Death that came from space was ruthless in its quest to destroy everything. The invader was called Sepher. I knew it! From space, Was it anything like the foreign god, perhaps? Not at all. The foreign god streams of emptiness are still comprised of structure we can understand. But the White Death structure was far beyond the comprehension of any intelligence on this planet. But it has nothing to do with Chaldea's endeavors, so there's no reason for you to trouble yourself about it. It came here for the sole purpose of destroying us and this world's prehistoric civilization. There was no life form on Earth that could stand up to it. We gods only managed to survive because Zeus succeeded at becoming an omnipotent composite god right at the last moment. Composite god? Foe! Yes, a combination of other gods. Did you not already know that? We mechanical gods all possess the ability to combine with one another, or we did anyway. They did a Power Rangers Megazord. They Megazorded it. In fact, we originally all used to be a single being named Chaos. Incidentally, our survival and our combat capabilities tend to improve the closer we get to our primordial Chaos roots. As evidence, the previous generation of Titan-class warships were even sturdier than we are. But Zeus is in a class on its own. He is the omnipotent supreme being, the demiurge who wields the thunderbolts. He defeated the Titans, stole the holy vessel Cronus crown, and the mark of their flagship that ties their entire pantheon together, and even managed to obliterate the White Death. Yes, the only reason we 12 Olympians were able to defeat the White Death is because Zeus served as the core of our fusion. So what you're saying is, foe! Zeus is really, really damn strong. Indeed, if nothing else, I can tell you that in this Lostbelt, he's wielded the power of obliterating an enemy from beyond this very planet. Even if he should happen to lose all the other composite gods, he's still the greatest and most powerful god of all. That's totally not worrying. I definitely feel like Zeus would have been a... I kind of want to see all the Lostbelt kings just sort of duke it out with one another. Like the true kings of the Lostbelt, which would mean that we need Surtur for the Scandinavian one. But that is, of course, and that is Section 16 done. Wow, that went by actually fairly quickly. Section 16 was a bit of a quick one, wasn't it? So I'm going to pause here, get another quick drink.